Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back. It's Sports Cards Daily. Today is March 28th. It's Sunday. It's the evening. It's the afternoon. And I'm going live from my cabin for the very, very first time on my own live. I was able to stream with Fantasy Football Quest earlier this week, and I thought I'd give this a shot. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully the quality is good. I didn't announce to anybody that I was doing this, so we'll see if we get any viewers. If not, I'll just... I got a list I'm going to hit on. Real quickly, I'm going to go over kind of what's coming up this week. It is, end of March, beginning of April, and probably the most important, it's Prism Day. Wednesday will be Prism basketball. Kind of good and kind of bad, in my opinion. Also going to talk a little bit about, just a reminder, guys, for all those people out there who are fans of COMC, C-O-M-C, whether you love it or hate it, if you use it or not using it, the CEO is going to be on Sports Cards Live next Saturday, so a week from yesterday. I'll remind you later in the week, but I think that's an important date and something to watch out for. He was on about a year ago. Great conversation. I do like Jeremy's interviews with him. Great opportunity to ask some questions. My biggest question for COMC is I just think they lack innovation. They've done absolutely nothing to innovate in the last year or two. I know they've been overwhelmed, but there's just been nothing new. Why haven't they offered grading like StarStock has? Why didn't they come up with a rookie-like offering like StarStock has? They seem to be very reactionary in the market, and it is what it is. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Let's talk a little bit about Prism basketball. Well, let me say, first of all, I have mixed feelings on this. Since I've been back in the hobby, since about 2015, 16, Prism has been one of my favorite products, primarily because back in the day, let me just tell you a short story. When my boys started collecting, right, they were collecting retail and trading cards in school, and it's just fun to have, collect cards. I really thought there was no value in them. I didn't see any value in these cards. And I remember my son saying to me, I'd pick up packs for him. Excalibur was pretty popular in the stores. We got a storm brewing, it looks like. And I remember him saying to me, Dad, can you get me Prism? Prism's what all my friends trade. I was like, cool, man. Yeah, I'll get you Prism. So I started getting Prism packs for him. I remember I would do some breaks. I did them as skunk packs. In fact, I posted a video about this before. Those skunk packs came from Mojo Breaks, and in them we pulled a Giannis rookie, just a base rookie back in the day. Sold it for like $100 or so. At the time that was super exciting to sell a Prism for $100. Anyway, I digress. My point is, Prism is a great product line. I've been a big fan, and I'm mixed this year because with prices, I'm disgusted. Hold on, I got Groot here. Groot's getting a little scared of the storm. Groot, can you say hi to the camera? Groot, can you say hi? Groot. Here's my big boy, Groot. I'll talk while Groot's on camera. He's a little scared of the storm. So anyway, you got Prism UFCs coming out right now. Woo! We're getting some wind. I tell you, it wasn't supposed to be storming right now. We'll see how long this live goes. So you have Prism UFC out, you have Prism Soccer out. Big fan of both those products. One thing I was thinking about as I was watching people rip those is it gives you the ability to make a product with tons and tons and tons of cards. Like when you go through a rip of Prism, there's a lot of cards that, and I mean this probably about not basketball, that have no value at all, right? Like looking at soccer packs being ripped, I'm thinking nobody knows any soccer players. They probably have zero value. But again, I am a fan of Prism. I'm excited to see Prism come out this week. I'll be honest, I was talking to my sons, and we've decided we are not going to be buying hobby boxes this year. We can't afford it. We're going to try to get some retail, right? We're going to put together a little budget and go chase retail, and we'll also probably buy some in the aftermarket and share, what we get with that. But that's going to be our focus, will be retail Prism. Now, I'm going to go on. I want to talk a little bit about, I did have a talk to my sons. We're talking about the hobby and collecting. It's funny. I ran the Top Shot by them again, and they personally think it's weird. Like, Dad, it's just a gift. I don't understand. And I understand that. They shouldn't understand. It's cryptography, NFTs. We didn't go into that. But one thing we did talk about is budget for the year. What we were going to buy, what we aren't going to buy. Clearly our budget has been decreased, right? Interest in sports, not just collecting, but they have their, they play basketball, football, and all that stuff costs money too. So that being said, I had my son. I said, look, I want you and I to do a Ben Franklin. Have you heard of Ben Franklin, where you do like a positives and negatives, all the pluses? Wow. What the heck just happened there? Anyway, all the positives and negatives of the hobby. And there's a lot of positives. I'm not going to go over that, but I want to share with you an interesting list of kind of the negatives that we saw in the hobby, right? Things that kind of drive us crazy. And one of the things that drove me crazy early on was just the greed in the hobby. And what I mean by that, I understand if you buy a box and you can sell it for money and make a profit, that's fine. But to what's the word I'm looking for? To pull out the maximum value in somebody, I think it's greedy. What happened to my camera? Did we get a? Okay. Might be getting some rain. So example, back in the day, I remember the mega boxes were out. There were some Facebook groups that would let you sell those things for 50, 60 bucks a box, right? These were like $14 boxes. And I remember I would only get involved in the groups where it's only sold at like 2x, 3x. And I mentioned that because the greed has really just gotten out of hand. And I understand everybody wants to make money, right? I'm not gonna shake that down. But one thing, here's what I mentioned. Here's my point. If you look at now how many people have lives dependent on sports cards, where 3 or 4 years ago, they were just simply hobbies. And think about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many friends do you know that, they have a break business where they make money, it's an income to them, or they flip cards, or, gosh, I'll tell you, I have another friend this week who just announced he's opening a store, right? So what I've noticed is what once was a hobby and was fun and friendly is now a livelihood. And people treat things that are a livelihood a lot differently, right? They're a lot more defensive of a livelihood than they are of, oh, I'm just breaking cards online. On a separate note, let me just say this too, guys. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We have hit the 1990s. There are too many people opening up sports card stores. Just too many. Okay, you're going to see a boom probably next 12 to 18 months. And 3 years from now, you're going to see a bunch of these guys going bankrupt because the market cannot handle all those retail stores. Even for the fact, think about this, there's only so much allocated product. So if I'm a manufacturer, I can't give enough out to support all these stores to keep their livelihoods going, right? The stores, most of the brick and mortars do it so they get allocation, they get product at a lower cost. But again, if there's a limited amount of allocation, you can't live on that. House of cards, in my opinion. Okay, back to my comment. Back to my son, Ben Franklin comparison. We put together this list, and here's some of the things we didn't like. The greed, the scammers, the flipping, the fakes. We don't like the grading process. It's annoying, right? We do it, but we don't like it. We don't like the fact you have to protect your cards, right? Even at home, you have to protect them, insure them, make sure they're not, something you have to have a fireproof case. It's just a lot more concern. So we started moving a lot of cards over to the internet last year. My son's opened up ComC accounts and StarTalk accounts. But as I was looking at this list, it made me think to myself, you don't have any of these issues in NFT. And I'm not here to give you a commercial on NFT, but I kind of talked to my son and we pointed out all the negatives that we see in sports cards are not presently there in the NFT world. And I mentioned this because I want to do a quick transition over to the NFTs. I thought it was really interesting. Dapper, if you were creating a product or a hobby today, and I'm getting some rain, so we're not going to be out here much longer. If you were creating a product or something like that, hey guys, thanks for joining. You'd want to make it collectible, right? You want to make it have value. You'd want to have a controlled audience. You'd want to make sure that people weren't there just taking money and cashing out, right? If you're building something, well, that actually I think is what I'm impressed and applaud Top Shot for. I've said this over and over and over and over again, man. Top Shot has done a great job of trying to find a fair way to get those packs out. Now, again, they haven't inflated the price of the packs. $9 packs, $15 packs, $99 packs. These are all much more affordable than anything in the sports card market. You can't find packs for that little. Not only that, if you get a pack in the sports card world, they're not going to have the value of what you pay. In the NFT world, if you get a pack, it's going to have value. Now, the if getting a pack has been the challenging point. But what I'm trying to say here is I actually applaud not only the distribution model, but their latest news. If you haven't heard about this, I grilled Neo the other day a little bit about this. Neo, Northeast Ohio, who I love, I'm a big fan of his, posted a video complaining about the fact he can't withdraw his money from Top Shot and that they made it very difficult, or it's based on activity, how they verify you and stuff. I also saw another video, I forget the gentleman's name, who showed how he was able to get money out and he's taking out thousands of dollars. So my two thoughts there. Number one, I don't want people taking out lots of money. I understand, I want the money staying in there too, because I want to get part of the system. I want to be in there to collect, right? To build my little portfolio. And if people are just going to go in there, buy stuff, cash out, and move on to the next hobby, isn't that what you were complaining about in sports cards? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, we were complaining about sports cards, about the flippers, and about they can't go to the retail stores because everybody's got anything, and people are inflating the prices, and they're scamming and they're shill bidding. Well, all that stuff's not in NFTs. There's no shill bidding in NFTs. You can see what people buy. You can see how much they pay in the past. In fact, you'll see something weird, like someone will pay $300 for something that was $15. There's an offer for $1,500, which makes you wonder why someone overpaid for it. But the point is, it's all there. It's all visibly there. In fact, that is why Dapper requires to get to know your neighbor or get to know your customer to withdraw money. Because, guys, here's another thing. The openness of NFTs, right, means the blockchain's open. The buy-sell is open. Who had it? How much they paid for it? There's no counterfeiting. There's no shill bidding. All that stuff is very, very easy to see, right? Which, again, I'm going to applaud that for. So what's my point here? I'm not telling you that we should run over and join the NFT. I think what you should be doing is look at NFTs and new sports, right? baseball, soccer, football. Basketball might be too late. And I also think basketball was done wrong because I don't think, and I agree with Gary Vee, by the way, little side note. Did you see yesterday on Outside the Lines, ESPN, Gary Vee was on. They talked about NFT. I'll put a clip together and put it on the channel later on. But I thought that was really cool because what was interesting there, Gary's right. I don't think people are going to want an NFT of Blake Griffin, in his last year, or Aldridge, on this, band to get a ring in his last year of his career. Those NFT moments aren't going to hold value. What I do think is maybe complete sets will, new players will. I think there is a value. I think the current value is definitely overinflated. But again, my point of this whole video, or this point of the video, be ready for other NFTs, right? And if anything, do this. Vote with your money, right? Stop voting for Panini. We know Panini overprints. We know they don't have any customer service. They have no quality control. They don't care at all about the consumer until they prove me wrong. Okay, so vote somewhere else. That's why I said to a friend, I won't buy Panini baseball products. I'm not, in fact, what was it the other day? Panini came out with something else that I was just disgusted with. But the UFC. If those UFC cards were made by Topps, I'd be more likely to buy them. So where's my coffee? In summary, right? And I'm kind of getting rained on now. Jan, we're still waiting for jobs. I understand that, Alex. I totally do. And again, there's a great article on SI about this and why they have to do the things they're doing. I'll say this too. Is it money you really needed? Right? Because it's probably profit. And if anything, like I'll give you an example. If you made $1 million on Top Shot, you're not complaining about not being able to pull your money out. You're just being quiet going, man, I can't believe I made $1 million on Top Shot, right? Okay, I'm getting rained on. Damn! I will say I'm excited that this live seems to work. I got some viewers. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I am working on a video for tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to get it out. Was kind of disappointed this weather's turning on me. Poor choice. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Again, one more quick comment. Take care of your hobby reputation, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated. I'll talk about that later on. I got to go, guys.